Hey guys, so I'm going to try and do a tutorial now for Holy Spirit. You're welcome here by Jesus Culture. That's the version we're doing. The original is in D, and that's our female key at C3 Carlingford. We also have the key of G, which I'll look at in a bit, which is for the male. But yeah, starting with the key of D for the females, the original key, there's this intro lead line which we'll start with, then there's some other little bits and pieces throughout. But starting with the intro line, it's basically a C shape. So if you do that normal C shape, and then you slide it up 2 frets, so you're in a D, and then you put your index finger on the second fret of the G string. So you can see that there. That sounds like this. That's shape 1. Shape 2 is very similar. We just take off our middle finger here and slide it up so that our pinky is on the 10th fret. So you can see that there, and this index finger is pressing down both those frets on number 7, which gives us the frets 10, 9, 7, 7, which sounds like this, which is like a G major 7. So there are two shapes: D. It's just a normal D arpeggio, and then the G major 7. Beautiful. The picking pattern for it is pretty intense, so it sounds like this, right? I'll put some delay on too, 72 delay. I've got the Nova delay, and it is crotchet plus dotted quaver. It sounds pretty beautiful. My middle pickup on my Strat sounds like this: 3, 4. Etc. So that sounds pretty involved, right? The good thing about that is the delay is really covering up for a lot. So if I miss a note here or there, it's alright because the delay covers it. But I'll quickly go through the picking pattern. So the picking pattern, I'll do like the actual version and then maybe a bit of a simpler version. So the actual version, if you can see this hand as well, I'll play it really slowly. So 3, 4. So it's basically this bottom note, the D, and then all these other notes. And it's sort of too long to explain it note by note, but I'll just play it again really slowly for you. So 3, 4. Sorry. 3, see, if you stuff up one note, it stuffs it all up. So 3, 4. Cool. And it's the same pattern for both. There's some like accented notes there's some notes that's really important to put an accent on, and that's all this is doing. So if we simplified that, it could sound like this. So which is going from the lowest note up to the highest and down a bit. And if you put some delay on, that doesn't sound half bad. So 3, 4. So you can see, especially with the delay on it, sort of plays out that part for you, which is great. But yeah, if possible, you're picking this bottom note in between all these other notes, and it's one more time is just. Etc. I'll go to the male key later. Cool. So there's that. That's sort of like the first guitar part, no matter whether there's one guitar or two. Then after the first chorus comes in this bit, which sounds like this. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. basically what's happening there is we're going on the 7th fret on the D string and the B string. So that's what those two notes are. And then we're going, putting our middle finger down on the B string and taking it off, so we go. So that's the first half of it. So so start off with 7/7 and then go 7/8/7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7/7, 2, 3, 4, 1, 7/8/7, 7/8/7. And then we straight away put our ring finger down on the 9 of the D string. And then we play like A minor 7 shape, which is 9, 7, 8. See that? So 2, 3, 4, 7/7, 2, 3, 4, 7/8/7, 7/8/7, 9. To play the minor shape. Cool. Then that ends up playing through the second chorus as well. Not super duper loud like it plays the first time in the instrumental, but just sits under there nicely. Then it comes to the bridge. There's that sort of snare drum roll thing, or we might pull it back sometimes, whatever happens. I reckon the first guitar part, the rhythm guitar, can just play chords down here because that'll sound beautiful with a bit of, again, delay and distortion. So 3, 4. Let us become more aware of your presence. Let us experience the glow, etc. I think the top part in the recording is doing something like, this is getting real high and I don't know these frets very well, but 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 17, 14, 15. So it's that. Whoops, sorry. And then we move our pinky down 1 to the 16. And then we move it down 2 to the 14. And then back to the 16. So we're doing a bit of a walk. So the instrumental, the bridge, according to the recording, plays once through softly and then comes in like drums, bass, and guitar, and it goes 3, 4. Now that sounds a bit lame there, but if you put on again, distortion delay, 3, 4. Which again is just this beautiful sort of wall of sound, which is fantastic. Then there's a lead line over the top, which goes on the 17, goes 17, 15, 14, and then 15 on the B string. So it goes like this. Sorry, I'll turn off my delay. So comes in at the end of that phrase. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Back to the 14. Let that ring out. That'll just ring out over the top. And that's sort of that. So that's sort of most of those parts. When it builds again, you can also then play with that sort of D shape up there. So, Holy Spirit, you are welcome. So that's the D shape, and then you put your pinky down there. Don't know if you can see that, I'll get as close as I can. So it's a D shape, just a normal D shape, but an octave higher. And then you put your pinky down onto the 15th fret. And then you switch and play this, which is a 14, 15, 17. So I'll play through that. 3, 4. Holy Spirit, you are welcome. Pinky down, come flood this place. Up to the next shape. And again with delay and distortion, sounds like 3, 4. you can sort of play around with those shapes and find what sounds best. Quickly moving to the male key, same picking pattern but different finger positions and different strings. So before we were like this, a C shape. That's in D. Now moving to the G. So it's actually fairly simple because on the left hand, all you got to do is play a 3 and a 2 on the E and the A strings, and you play the next 2 strings open. So that's the first 4 strings, right? One more time. Oops, it's difficult. There it is. Sorry, it's not the best view, but you get the idea. And then the next one, you just play a C shape. Again with open strings. So all you're doing is moving literally those 2 fingers. So 3, 4. Move them up. Sorry. Etc. Okay, cool. So, the next bit for that is the sort of lead line. So you can play it up here. So the last one was there. So we're going to play it up here. Again, I'll put on my distortion and stuff. So this one is actually the same shape as before. It's just played on the 12th fret. So just go back to the earlier part and watch up on it. But it goes 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 3. Minor shape. Cool. Now I haven't actually figured out the bridge bit for this, but it would be. Okay, there it is. Sorry about that. A little mid-tutorial figuring out. Which, so you remember that bridge bit we're playing up here before? We're going to play that with our pinky on the 10. So we go 10, 7, 8, then 9, 7, 8, 7, 7, 8, then 9, 7, 8. So we go. And that lead line is 10, 8, 7, 8. Cool. And again, you can play that D shape, but this time our index finger is on the 7. Then you can put your pinky down and go up like that. Just like earlier, it's just in a different position. So hopefully that helps. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Love your work.